Hello everyone, welcome to this new course. In this course, we'll learn how to do the head. All the details needed to sculpt a head properly. We are not covering all the muscles we actually have. There is no need for that. It's more important to understand part of the osseous system, the bones of the head, and some of the most important muscles for the face movements. So this time, let's start with the ear. Let's select a sphere, drag, and we'll edit. What I'll do with this sphere, click on Make Polymesh 3D, and on a side, hit Shift F so we can see the mesh. Shift F on this side, I'll draw an ear. How am I doing it? We'll focus first of all on the outside of the ear, represented with this curve. And we start sketching it this way. Let's say that by using this technique, it's the easiest way to understand its shape. Without complicating ourselves, despite the ear seems to be quite difficult, in fact, it isn't that much. There is no big deal with the ear. I'm gonna show you a really easy way to get the ear well sculpted. I'll add a subdivision. Using Dam Standard, over here, I'll create a stroke with a subtle angle, with a little bit of slope. Something like 10 degrees, perhaps. 10 to 15 for the most. Okay, so we know we should get a curve up here. Get in, Ctrl Z. I'll tell you the names of the parts we'll sculpt in a moment. For the time being, I'll just want you to understand how we can make this part. So what we have to do is to make this curve, starting from inside, and describes this shape, finishing around this area. And using the same Dam Standard, we'll work on this portion, trying to get a concave shape. And we start smoothing. Almost all this shape gets narrower on this portion here. I'll add a subdivision for us to understand better the shape you're making. Over here on this edge, it comes kind of sharper. Over here on this portion, it definitely is wider and thicker. We could say this portion over here is still too wide, so we'll push it out this way, generating this little edge. Let's notice it's kind of sharp here. Like that should do. What we'll do next is to grab it from the front. I'll flatten this a bit here. We have to look at it from the front, behind, and from whatever it takes for us to understand the shape properly. From this perspective, I can notice we should lift this a bit. Let's get this portion a bit lower, and I'll do it by using Dam Standard. we smooth it. Over here I'll create a gap on this portion. I'll decrease the subdivision and I'll start smoothing these deformations you can see around this area. We'll carry on working as we go. We will apply a Dynamesh for us to correct the topology. But for the time being, we'll keep on working like this. So far, I think it's been quite easy to create this part of the ear. After creating this portion, we can understand the basic shape. And well, I'll be telling you the names so our work becomes easier actually. All this portion here is called helix, all this curved portion. This lower part is called earlobe, and this inner part, on this concave space, it's called conch. Alright, now I'll make another little part here, which has around this shape. No, I made too much on the outside. This little portion is called tragus. It's got a little curve. And here, over this portion, antitragus. And this little space here is called intertragic notch. I'll select Dam Standard once again for polishing the edges a bit. Alright, well, intertragic notch, tragus, and antitragus. So far, we start to get the idea of the general shape of the ear. It hasn't taken us too long, and I think it's been easy to understand this ear shape with this method. I'll generate some more inner space around here. We could leave it like this, perhaps. Alright, I think we should pull out the tragus a bit. Let's see from the front. We have to pull it out, since we should be able to see it from the front. Over there should do. Okay, let's leave it like that for the time being. Let's select Dam Standard. And let's create a little gap. I think I better make it using standard. This hole is called external auditory meatus. We leave it just like that. Now let's take a pause here and we'll continue on a second session.